Think you've heard it all? How about this? Millions of dollars, taxpayer dollars, left unwatched for years in a New Mexico City. God only knows how much has been stolen, but early indications are a lot. News 13's Tim Maestas has tonight's special assignment.
It's the worst situation I've ever seen.
Tens of thousands of dollars in taxpayer money gone. An investigation into a possible payroll scam. Millions more dollars left unguarded for years, and bank accounts the city didn't even know it had.
We can't even begin to detect how much money is missing at this point.
In a letter to city officials, the state auditor says he's, quote, gravely concerned about the situation. The new mayor says getting the city's finances in order is her top priority, but the problems run deep.
I was dumbfounded. I just couldn't believe it was as bad as it actually was.
Welcome to Española, where for years no one has been keeping tabs on the city's money, its property, or its spending. The problems read like an embezzler's dream. No one monitoring the city's cash or balancing its books. Incomplete records of how money was spent. No idea of how many computers, cars, or even chairs the city owns.
Now there is just too much opportunity to steal taxpayer monies in the city of Española.
In fact, that may have already happened. State police and the district attorney's office are now investigating allegations of payroll fraud by former city police officers.
Well, it doesn't involve just police officers. It involves a couple of finance staff.
The mayor says police have estimated the theft at about $100,000. No one has been charged yet. According to state police, the auditor's office is reviewing the results of the investigation now. But make no mistake, the mayor and the state auditor expect to find more money missing once all the financial records are found.
I imagine they will, but it's hard to tell at this point how much.
So how did Española get to this point?
Lack of basic financial principles.
Lucero took over back in March. However, she spent the last 6 years on the city council, some of that time as chair of the finance committee. But she says incompetent staff under the previous administration fudged the numbers.
Reports that we were getting from staff is that we were doing fine, and actually it turned out not to be fine.
Former Mayor Joseph Maestas agrees.
That was a reoccurring problem, was the lack of information.
Still, he says he made many changes that put the city on a path to proper financial management. But 4 years simply was not enough time to correct the problems.
I think Española was sort of like a free-for-all. The vaults were kind of open.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
The new mayor says she's hired competent staff, including an experienced financial director, to stop the financial bloodletting. But one of her hires is causing some serious head-scratching. James Lujan was fired as Santa Fe County's public works director in May after sheriff's investigators began looking into allegations of fraud in his department. And while Lujan hasn't been charged,
and I feel very confident that there will be indictments sometime early next year.
If he is indicted, then he has agreed to resign at that point. Okay. But I'm hopeful that that will not happen.
Still, the mayor says Española's financial situation is slowly improving.
It's going to take time. This isn't something that will happen overnight.
Española residents want some answers.
I believe they should be honest with the people and tell them exactly where they've made the mistakes.
Tim Maestas, KRQE News 13.
Española is among 50 New Mexico cities and towns under scrutiny by the state auditor's office, including the city of Albuquerque, which has not turned in its latest audit on time. In the meantime, state finance officials are working with Española, and they say the city is making progress.